I'm Brianna, and I'm the creator and the owner of Retreat and Learn. And I'm here with Steve, who is the creator of the Big Banana Car. And a few months ago, I saw a Facebook posting about this Big Banana Car, which is this car that drives around. And Steve brings all kinds of joy to people. And he was looking for places to stay and bring the Big Banana Car. And I said, well, sure, bring it to Charles County. That would be great. So this is how I met Steve, and I'm glad he's here today. So I'm happy to have the chance to actually ask Steve some questions. And I guess the biggest one, and the one that everyone wants to know, is why did you create the Big Banana Car?
So I'm a hot rodder. I realized that I'd stopped going to hot rod shows because I've seen them all before. Now I love them. I have a 51 Mercury I need to get to. But I just decided I wanted to do something ridiculous and build something crazy. So for a month, I was wondering, what can I build? What can I build? And I happened to be standing in line in a gas station, and right next to me was a bowl of fruit, and on top was a banana that ran pretty straight and then just curved at the back. And I looked at it and I thought, okay, the wheels will go there, the engine go there, the seats. I then pictured it driving down the road and started laughing. And I thought, if it makes me laugh now, I'm going to build it.
So this was in a grocery store?
It was in a gas station.
In a gas station.
Yeah.
And all right. And so how long after that did you actually start building the Big Banana Car?
Just a couple of weeks.
Okay.
The very first thing I did was line up 4 chairs, just regular outdoor chairs. And that I measured those because I knew I wanted it to be a 4-seater. That then gave me an idea of the rest of the dimensions. And originally I was going to build the frame and myself and just buy suspension and hang suspension. But I thought, I bet there's already a vehicle out there that has the perfect frame, the perfect chassis. And so knowing, because I lined up those 4 chairs, knowing that I was going to be looking for a frame, something with a frame 38 to 42 inches wide, I took a tape measure. I went to a junkyard and I crawled under all sorts of vehicles, mostly pickup trucks, and I would measure the frame. And I realized that I needed a late 80s, early 90s Ford pickup truck. Okay. So I then went and looked for a running driving F-150. I ended up buying in 1993, took off all the sheet metal, went to the grocery store, bought the perfect banana, cut it into inch slices. Okay. I drew around each slice and then projected those shapes onto wood, cut them all out with a jigsaw, fitted them on the F-150 frame, and I then used those wooden bucks to make a skeleton shape of a banana out of rebar. When the skeleton was made, all the wood came out. I then covered the entire skeleton in chicken wire and sprayed it with urethane foam like you insulate houses with, sculpted that to a nice banana shape, and then fiberglassed over the top.
It's quite
took
amazing.
A weekend.
Yeah, I bet it took a lot longer than that. How long did it take?
It took 2.5 years, but that was working mostly just on Sundays, occasional weeknights.
Okay. And so then you started to you've been for the last, how long has it been that you've been driving around the country sharing the car?
It's since 2011.
2011. That's a long time. Not full time. I assume this has been off and on?
It's been off and on.
Okay. And so you drive into cities not knowing, who you're going to meet or who's going to be there. And typically you said you found ice cream shops to set up shop.
Right.
Sometimes other places. And you give rides to people.
Yeah. For the first few years, everywhere I would go, people would ask to ride in the banana car. And I would tell them, no, that's not what I do. I just built this for the fun of it. But it happens constantly. So I realized that, Steve, you got to start giving rides. And so I would just contact an ice cream parlor, ask to use their car park. I don't charge them. They don't charge me. And I put it on Facebook. Come take a ride in the Big Banana Car. Pay whatever you want to pay.
So there's no set price for this. It's what people want to pay.
Right. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for that, because pay whatever you want to pay means zero. And I get people that pay me zero.
Right.
And that's fine, because the way I feel about it is their kids got to ride in the Big Banana Car. And the only reason they paid zero is because they're not wealthy people. I had the best example of this with back-to-back riders one time. Now, if this had happened weeks apart, it would be interesting, but it was
Right.
back-to-back riders. I took a man and his 2 kids for a ride in the banana car. We get back. He gave me coins that might have totaled 70 cents. I didn't even count it.
Right.
The very next rider, a man and his 2 kids, we took the exact same route. We get back. He gave me 3 $20 bills.
Right.
So it all works out.
Right.
Now that 3 $20 bills is not common. That's not what most people pay, and that's fine.
Right. Now, but there is, I mean, it doesn't, driving this car around the US, I mean, we know what gas prices are. We know what car maintenance is. It's not free. I mean, this costs you money to do. And so, I mean, are you able to, is it enough?
At the moment, I'm always worried that it is going to get to the point where it's just no longer tenable, because the wear and tear on the banana car is brutal.
Right.
I'm always getting it repaired. It's a 1993 vehicle, essentially, so everything has been replaced, but it doesn't take long before it needs to be replaced again. I actually went through 3 transmissions in 1 year. Now, that wasn't because of riders. That was because of incompetence on the people that put the first 2 transmissions in.
All right. But still, it's not great. Yeah. So what I'm going to encourage you is, if you come visit the Big Banana Car, do a good donation. If you can.
Yeah, whatever you want to pay is fine.
Yeah.
I get people really press me. Well, what do people mostly? What people pay, and I won't get dragged into that.
And it's fine.
I want people to pay whatever works for them.
So the things that I found is, and people keep asking me, like, why did I reach out to you about even having you come, couch surf with us, or, and giving you a place to stay. And you're like, you don't know them. Why would you do that? And to me, the reason is that you are bringing joy and whimsy and happiness to the world. And that's one of my goals in life. So I'm happy to, I guess, have the opportunity to participate in this. So
that's really nice of you to say. I do call my travels "The World Needs More Whimsy Grand Tour," because I realize driving around in a banana is a very whimsical thing to do. I actually want to write a book called "Eccentricity on a Budget," not because I believe I'm eccentric in the slightest, but there are lots of eccentric people out there, and I want to visit them in the Big Banana Car.
Well, it is. I got a chance to ride in the Big Banana Car last night, and I can tell you that driving down the highway in a Big Banana Car, how could you not be not just joyful, but extraordinarily joyful? I mean, it's my sister saw a picture of me and she said I looked giddy. And I think that's probably a great example. So you are bringing a lot of joy to the world.
Thank you.
That's good. So I'm sure you've also met a ton of really interesting people in your travels. Is there anybody you would like to?
That's the best part of it, is all the people that I'm now getting to meet. I wouldn't be sitting here now chatting to you, Brianna, if I hadn't built an enormous motorized banana. I've met famous people, met not at all famous people. Met a girl recently in Columbus, a young girl. I don't know her age, but I actually posted on Facebook that she needs her own YouTube channel. She was fantastic. That's the best part of owning a motorized banana.
I bet. All right. So anything else you want to add about owning and
I now tell people, when you start doing something, there are always those that will tell you, no, it's not going to work.
Right.
So ignore them, just ignore them, and just plow ahead, forge your own path, do something ridiculous and be proud of it. And if it's a complete failure, then you learned something. And that's learning is probably the most important part of life. Is learn everything you can, anything you can, and just blaze your own path.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that perfection is so overrated, and just jump on in and have a good time with it, and the most amazing things happen, like this.
Yeah, like this.
This is great. We got to have a nice little interview here today and talking, so this has been fun too. This is probably going to stay out here for a little bit while longer, but I will say that we can cut this out later. But the Big Banana Car is going to be a twin kiss tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, from 11 to dusk.
Yes.
And so come out and see Steve. And that's it. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's good.
Great. All right. Well, thanks so much. And I'm glad to learn a little bit more about the Big Banana Car.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Thanks.